Hey guys, welcome to the Sunday edition of I'm Still Playing. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday evening. I know I've had a very relaxing Labor Day weekend. I hope you guys have tomorrow off. If you're here in the States, you probably do. Tonight's vlog is going to be pretty short. I wanted to just chat about kind of how far I've gotten in the War Within, why, when all of my friends already have multiple level 80s and have completed the campaign many times, I'm still puttering my way through the third zone in Hollowfell with my first level 80 character. And honestly, the reason is there are so many darn good side quests. I've mentioned before, my philosophy is to leave no exclamation point behind. And make no mistake, the campaign is really good. In fact, it's difficult to break off of the campaign sometimes and go and do these side quests, but I am determined. As I mentioned before, Blizzard is not using this choose-your-own-adventure style of storytelling this time, thank God. And instead, they've delivered a cohesive, tight narrative campaign that goes all the way through the zones from A to B and allows them to build villains, allows us to build heroes, and really tell a compelling, interesting story throughout. That makes sense. Go figure. But along the way, they've also got a ton. I mean, every zone is just festooned with question marks, or with exclamation points, I should say. And there are so many of these side quests, and you're probably tempted to just skip them and move on through. But man, allow me to encourage you to go and do some of these, because they've really kind of cut loose their storytelling in some of these side quests. A lot of them are still just straight up fodder, go kill 10 kobolds. But amongst these are some real gems. And that's what I want to chat about today, is maybe just a couple of these gems. And if you're also enjoying the side quests as much as I am. So one of my absolute favorite side quests that I've done so far is Remember Me Earthen. And this one, if you've seen it, you know it. It has gained a ton of notoriety. In fact, even Icy Veins mentioned it this week and talking about just how good it is. It's right up there with the Runis quest and the Stay a While and Listen quest from Dragonflight. Really just a fine bit of storytelling. The general premise, essentially, is that the caretaker of Morning Rise, this area over in Isle of Dorn, is getting older and is nearing permanent shutdown. And he is also at the same time losing his memory and losing the memory of those that are around him. And Ortega, his assistant, who cares deeply for Corgrun, is saddled with the double responsibility of not only having to assume his responsibilities and assume the role of caretaker, but also in how to deal with this man for whom she cares deeply, but is losing his memories and losing his cognitive functions. And if you've ever, for many of you, this hits home, right? Fortunately, I've not had to deal with this personally, but I know many that have. And there are some real poignant moments in this quest where I've seen that, I recognize that. I'm not going to spoil any further than beyond what I've just said for the premise. But man, if you have not done this quest yet, you definitely want to go check it out. You'll go over to the Morning Rise area and you'll talk to Ortega. It should be right around here on your map. To start that quest, do it at least one time before you go and watch a video on it and see what other people have posted about it. But I highly recommend you check it out. And if you have done it, then let me know in the comments, what did you think about it? But did it hit you as strongly as it hit me? Because for me, this one really got me in the feels, and I really enjoyed it. As one of the people on Twitter/X said, I really want to buy the person that wrote this story quest a beer. I have to agree. It's just a fantastic story. Go check it out. Another one of my favorites is called An Orphan's Dilemma. And unfortunately, I don't really have any footage of this one because I did it while I wasn't recording, sadly. But essentially, the premise is that you meet this orphan in the orphanage in Me Earthen in Hollowfell, and she would like for you to return to the site where her family died and retrieve some mementos for her. Only when you get there, she is there as well, and you learn that she's not really interested in mementos. She is interested in exacting blood vengeance upon all that wrought this upon her, that slayed her family, that ruined her life. And you are the instrument of that vengeance. And if you've ever seen the girl in the fire meme, right, this is that girl. She's completely 100% that girl. And it is really, it's so much fun because it's a fun twist on sort of the typical poor little orphan story. Eliza quickly became one of my absolute most favorite NPCs. And I would not be surprised if you don't find her in a future expansion a few years older and probably the head of some criminal enterprise, like some other particularly young figure in WoW history that we know about. So if you do want to do this one, like I said, this I've already done this one, so it's not really this character is not really here. But you come to the orphanage right here in Me Earthen, and she'll be standing at this point, and you'll chat with her, start the quest, and then once you're all done, she's acquired a few of her family heirlooms, and and this is what she looks like. And she's a great character, and it's a great quest. I highly recommend you check this one out as well. And I think that'll be it for this evening. Like I said, it's going to be a short vlog. It is a short vlog. I mostly wanted to just chat about some of my favorite quests and why I'm still puttering about at level 80 and not having done finished the campaign yet. I will eventually, I promise. But in the meantime, you will definitely find me moving about Halifel, exacting blood vengeance for the wrongs exacted upon orphans. You guys have a great night. See you soon. Like and subscribe, please, if you're enjoying the content. Thanks. Bye-bye.